and summertime is blockbuster movie time.
James A. Molnar of the Toledo Free Press joins us with The Edge of Tomorrow, Tom Cruise's latest film. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. Now, are either of you a fan of Tom Cruise?
I'm a huge fan of Tom Cruise.
I don't love him, but I think he does great at movies. I think he does a good job in movies. I just don't like him personally. Sorry.
I would agree. I think most of Toledo probably is not the biggest Tom Cruise fan, but let me tell you, the last few movies he's been doing have really kind of stepped up the bar and shown that he's not really a has-been, and he's kind of where it's at. You have, with this one, you have Edge of Tomorrow. We saw him in last year's Oblivion, which I loved. I know not a lot of people loved it, but I absolutely loved it.
I liked it too.
Give me a good action film, sci-fi, and I'm set for life.
Plot twist.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
And so with this one, we find Tom Cruise kind of Independence Day with alien invasion meets source code, kind of futuristic technology, meets
Groundhog
Day. Exactly. So in this movie, we have him kind of fighting battles over and over again to kind of figure out how to win the war against these alien invaders which crash onto our planet from an asteroid. And I will say, Edge of Tomorrow, not the greatest movie title. The trailer's not really that good. It kind of repetitive, obviously, for a reason.
The trailers are almost confusing. I'm like, what is going on here? I've been very confused at what it's all about, you know?
Exactly, and I will give the filmmakers credit for that, because when you're going into this movie, you really don't know too much what it's about. As you see there, Emily Blunt plays a wonderful sidekick, and I will say I absolutely loved this movie. I didn't think I could love movies more. I'm giving this 5 out of 5 stars.
Really? Wow.
I haven't given a movie 5 out of 5 stars in quite a while, and I'm giving it to this one because I think it exceeds expectations, even though expectations might have been a little low, and it really helps with the blockbuster season being so strong already. We had a little bump in the road last week with Maleficent, but this one is just raising the bar, and it makes summer really exciting for this, and I'm just really thrilled that that Tom Cruise was good in this movie, because you would think a short actor who's in his 50s may not have it, but may have lost it, but he still has it.
He's still got it, ladies and gentlemen.
So you didn't give us too many details, and you say that's a good thing. To not go in knowing too much about it. As far as that goes.
I don't want to give too much away about the plot, because I do think it's interesting. It's a kind of a sci-fi, harkens back to other great sci-fis.
Okay.
But yeah, ultimately, I think if you're a sci-fi fan, even if you're not a Tom Cruise fan, but you like his movies, this one could be for you.
Work.
However, if you want to take the box of tissues to the movie theaters this weekend, there is another one coming out, The Fault in Our Stars, based on the book by John Green, and this one is about 2 teenagers, kind of a romance. They meet in a cancer rehabilitation center. So it's getting some really good buzz. And
any big names in this one?
Well, Shailene Woodley is in this movie. She is from the Divergent series and The Descendants, and actually her brother in Divergent is playing her boyfriend in this movie.
Oh, how funny.
Interesting.
So this one is definitely getting some really good buzz. So if you want a tearjerker, you got a movie. If you want a sci-fi action adventure, you have Tom Cruise in Edge of Tomorrow.
Great information. Thanks, James.
No problem.
Weekends are a great time to take in a movie, and summertime is blockbuster time. Right? And you and your popcorn are just having a moment here.
Ready for the movie?
Is Emily Blunt there, plays a wonderful female kind of compatriot with him, helping to figure out how to beat these aliens. And so you have kind of Independence Day meets source code meets Groundhog Day. He is, Tom Cruise's character there is stuck in a time loop trying to figure out how to beat these aliens. He goes back and back and back, and kind of how to reset his day, he has to be killed. So as long as he's killed, he can wake up again and try to figure out how to beat those aliens.
That's kind of bizarre, but does it work?
It does, you know, and I will say Edge of Tomorrow, not the greatest movie title. The trailers didn't really look that great, but when you're sitting watching this movie, it's a thrill ride that's really enjoyable, and the 3D is pretty decent, and there's an image, a very striking image of the Eiffel Tower in this movie just sitting on its side. It kind of, basically the aliens have taken over most of Europe and Asia, and the last front of the war is actually near the beaches of Normandy, which I think is really fitting for this movie to come out.
Interesting.
And it's not maudlin. It's a very decent the way that they do these battle sequences and whatnot. And it's just a really enjoyable blockbuster movie. I highly recommend it. I wasn't sure that this one was going to be any better than the movies we've seen in the past, so I'm giving this 5 out of 5 stars. Which,
He's going
as you
there.
know,
He just went there. 5 stars.
You've got my attention now.
which, as you know, I don't give out 5 stars very easily.
Yeah.
And I've been hovering around 5 stars the last few weeks with some incredible movies like Godzilla and X-Men, but Edge of Tomorrow just gets over the edge
I mean,
there.
it hits on all cylinders then, right? I mean, the cast, the plot, the theme, the action, the special effects, it does it all?
Yeah, and this is the perfect summer blockbuster. Great definition. It keeps you thrilling, and this is something, it is based on a novel, but it's something new. It's not a franchise. It's not a superhero
Right,
movie.
it's different.
It's different. So I'm applauding the filmmakers. No problem.
5 stars.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get out there and go see it.